Senior producer Pete Bennett there. Well, from the tragedies of Hurricane Maria to the hurricane that is Bianca, 24 hours after President Trump visited Alabama in the southern United States. I'm joined by insult comedian and winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, Bianca Del Rio, whose upcoming international tour, Blame It on Bianca Del Rio, kicks off in New Zealand in November. Bianca, welcome to Going Underground. So you're touring Britain and Ireland in 2018, but you're
Correct.
here to sell a whole new fashion line across Britain in Fashion Week.
No.
Have I got the wrong notes here?
Well, I think that's the wrong notes. I haven't branched out to fashion line yet. I mean, in America, obviously, anybody who goes on a reality show becomes famous and then starts hawking merchandise like the Kardashians. But I actually have talent, so I could never be a Kardashian.
We invite the Kardashians on, by the way, to refute that claim.
Are you friends with them? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they come on all the time.
Oh, great.
No, but presumably you're going to tell British audiences about the great new leader of the free world, Donald Trump, who's been doing really great things.
Our sexiest president, the smartest president we've ever had, genius, and I have to say, I'm just so proud of America right now.
But in all seriousness, what did you think of his trans ban in the military? I mean, should trans people in the United States be allowed to kill trans people in Iraq and Afghanistan?
I think if you pay taxes, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want to do. You know, as far as like, this is how I feel about everything when it comes to gay marriage or banning people. If they want to do it, let them do it. How does it affect your life?
And so, I don't know what that says about the Trump White House, because they're pretty...
Well, they're a mess. They're a mess. I mean, they're a big mess. I mean, you've got your own troubles here, too, so don't act like it's all good.
Everything's fine here. No, in all seriousness, actually, LGBT and hate crimes are up 70%, 78% in the past 4 years, according to one report. Do you think, again, part of the problem is, I mean, you're not from New York, even though you won this great thing in New York. People in the media in big metropolitan cities think everything is liberated and fun and everything is accepted, whereas actually outside of London, outside of this studio, things are not quite the same 100 miles north or south of this studio.
Well, that's exactly how Trump got elected, you know. I mean, here it was, the pockets. I mean, I lived in Los Angeles and New York and New Orleans, and there's normal people there, but it's that middle America area that came out and voted for him, and that's when you go, how the hell did this happen? It's kind of insane.
For those who haven't seen the film from a couple of years ago, would it be different, Hurricane Bianca, now, trying to move to a small town in Texas?
Well, not in Texas, no. I mean, we're actually filming a sequel in October. So I end up in Russia at a science fair because, you know, of course, they hate the gays as well. So this is a perfect opportunity for set up, you know, a really bad situation.
Where are you going to film? In Moscow?
God, no.
Well,
probably
you filmed in
Texas with snow. No, yeah, I'm sure. I'm going to go right over to Russia. No, we're filming some in New York and some in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. But exterior shots.
Because homosexuality is legal in Russia. In some states in the United States...
It's not. It's 29 states in 29 states in United States that it's legal to be fired for being gay, which is kind of insane.
How does that work with the U.S. Constitution?
Who knows? There's always a loophole for something. I mean, how is any of this possible? It doesn't make any sense. But most people don't realize that literally, if you come out at your job, that they can fire you just because of your sexual orientation.
Because when it comes to TG issues, arguably a great... icon has become Chelsea Manning, who, of course, is alleged to have been a WikiLeaks whistleblower on secrets of state. Do you think that's been a good thing for freedom and justice?
Well, I think we need to get information from somewhere because, I mean, we're not getting it from the news sources. I mean, everything is, you know, sensationalized in a reality show. That's what we're living in over there now. So, I mean, it's good to actually get some information they're not telling us. So I think we need people like Chelsea to give us the information that we need.
Do you think for a long time the LGBT communities on both sides of the United States were getting a bit complacent and Donald Trump is waking them up, actually?
I definitely think so.
So Trump is a good thing?
Well, no, I think what we need, I'm not saying we need Trump, but I'm saying this situation has got people, I mean, look at Facebook. Everyone, every day, I have friends that are constantly posting about political stuff that never discussed it, you know, the past few years. So I think it's a hot button right now, which is really important to shake up what's going on. Like, this can't happen. This is insane, what we're living in, you know? And I think it's important for people to, especially young people who think, oh, my vote doesn't count. Obviously, it does, because there's 47% in America that didn't even vote, which is bad shit.
How much to blame is the media? The state-mandated BBC here is in a bit of trouble for its Manichaean debates between anti-LGBTIQ rights and pro, as if it's okay to broadcast anti-LGBTIQ ideas in the first place. But in the US, routinely?
Well, I mean, I think it depends on what channel you watch.
Hate crimes committed routinely on TV?
It depends on who reports it. You know, certain channels won't even discuss things that are going on. You know, like right now with this hurricane situation that's happening, and then some of the stations will discuss it fully, and some of them don't even mention it. So it's quite fascinating. They just pick and choose what they want. It's either Hillary's book that's out, or Trump did this today, and then you found it, and there was a hurricane. And you're like, wait a minute. What's more important here? You know, obviously not Hillary's book, but it's just what they choose.
We saw Trump helping people out with the hurricane.
Oh, please, he didn't help out anybody.
He rolled his sleeves
He
up.
didn't do any.
His wife was down there.
Oh yeah, with stilettos. Did you see that? With her fancy shoes at a flooded area. I'm like, that's typical.
So you're against wearing stilettos in a hurricane?
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
This is quite a big news story already.
Well, unless you're aerating the ground to actually let the water seep in, then that would be helpful. But other than that, no.
So, in all seriousness, though, hate crime is also up in the United States,
Yes.
too. Do you think the kind of comedy you do and your touring and so on helps forge some kind of partnership and understanding in that?
Well, you gotta laugh. I mean, you gotta laugh at something. I mean, first of all, I'm a man in a wig. I have to laugh at myself. Yes, this is a wig. Also known as a hair choice. But in those moments, you know, I realized, you know, you gotta laugh at something. And right now, it's so depressing over there. You've gotta do what you gotta do. And so for me, it's one of those things where I've been doing this for 21 years. So it's kind of like you either get it or you don't. Some people say, oh, it's too much. You need to unite people. And I'm like, look, there's nothing that brings people together more than laughter. It ain't gonna be Donald Trump. And I don't even get political in the show. I mean, because you never know who's out in the audience.
Everything's political.
Well, I mean, but you don't get political. I don't discuss him on that level. I mean, because then you never know who's in the audience. I mean, recently in America, there was Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes who had issues with hecklers in the audience because they made Trump jokes and they went that crazy. And it's like, you really don't know who's out there. There might be a gay Republican who thinks Trump is lovely. So I don't want to offend that person. You know, I'll talk about myself and make fun of that, which then, of course, is just sidetracking from what's really going on. Sometimes you need an hour away from the madness.
Bianca Del Rio, thank you. And you're touring Australia in November, then the United States, then in Britain next year.
That is correct. You've got my schedule.
Thank you.
Thank you.